Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is my Twisted Elsa from my Disney series that I released last year. In that image I styled my own hair to look like Elsa's, but today I decided to use a wig that I've pre-styled so that you guys can go to the link and buy it yourself and then you'll be able to style it yourself. You can get this from wigvision.com or a link on eBay which I will put below. And this absolutely beautiful outfit is from Leg Avenue, and this is their Fantasy Snow Queen outfit. All of their costumes are fantastic. I'll have a few more to show you in other tutorials, and again I will leave a link to these in the description bar below. So instead of using a movie prop, I wanted to find something that would be less heavy and more wearable. The Icicle and Cinderella shoe in my images were both very heavy and they were great for photos, just not something you'd be able to wear out. So Gorilla Props 3D modelled a Icicle and a Cinderella shoe for me, and they vacuum formed them in clear plastic, so they're super lightweight and hold on the skin much better with the mastic. I do have one of these to give away. If you go follow me on Instagram, you'll see the giveaway there. This is the lace front wig. I've just tacked it on at the side, so you may see my hair peeping through, but I've braided it, and if you guys want to see a tutorial on it, I may be able to put the wig onto a block and show you. So here I'm applying NC15 Studio Fix to my face. I'm not going to show you the entire makeup process because I've already filmed it in my Belle tutorial. I used the exact same eye and face makeup for each of the characters. The only difference was the shade of foundation and the colour of the contact lenses. So if you want to see the eye makeup or the rest of the face, then click on my Belle tutorial and then come back to this one to see how the rest of the look comes together. So I'm just placing the Icicle on my neck to work out where it's going to go. Then I'm cleaning the area with alcohol. You can use witch hazel or any kind of astringent that's going to get rid of oil. Then using a lip liner, I'm following the circumference of the Icicle so I know exactly how big it is on the neck. Then I'm taking Sculpt Gel. There are 3 components, A, B and C. So you mix equal parts of A and B either by weight or volume, and then you can add in some of C to determine how soft you want the material to become. So as it's on the neck, we want a little bit of flexibility with it, so I'm adding in a small amount of C and making sure it's all well mixed. Using my metal spatula and the paste, I'm now going to trace around that circular line that we've got on the neck. Obviously I'm having to do this away from the mirror so that you guys can see it on the camera, but if you can, definitely get a handheld mirror up close so you can see exactly what you're doing. Once you've got a first layer down around the entire circumference of the circle, you then want to use the tip of the spatula to smooth out the seam that meets your neck, so that inner edge. Don't forget, this product does go off, it does set, so you want to work as quickly as you can. Don't worry if you can't get it entirely smooth, we're going to be covering it with a lot of blood, so just do your best. Before I apply any more, I like to go along the outer edge with the top of the spatula and just dab the very surface. We want to give the illusion of slightly jagged skin because the Icicle will have burst through. I know some of you will be thinking that the Icicle should be facing the other way, but if it was facing the other way it wouldn't be recognisable as an Icicle, and don't forget it is only for Halloween, it's just for fun. So here I'm adding some more product to the areas that need building up a bit more, and then I'm working the seams into the neck. It really is up to you how gory you want to make this. If you want to build up the skin further, you can do. When I created this Disney series last year, I still wanted each of the princesses to look beautiful with that sideline of gore without it overtaking them. It's so easy when creating special effects to get carried away. But please feel free to do your own interpretation of them, it's completely up to you. Once it's set, you should be able to touch it and your finger won't stick to it and it won't be wet. Now it's time to paint it. I'm going in with my Skin Illustrator palette and I'm using the 2 blood shades. And using a stipple brush, I'm going to flick a light wash of the blood shades over the neck. The reason for this is we want the skin to look irritated. So I did about 3 or 4 passes of this colour. If you're very fair skin tone, then you might find 1 or 2 passes is enough. If you're a little bit deeper skin tone, then you may need a little bit more of a darker shade and a few more passes. Now I'm going in with the actual brush tip and I'm stippling that directly onto the skin. This is going to create a slightly different texture and just a really great way to add a little bit more of a mottled appearance to the skin. I'm using one of the brushes from my Sigma Special Effects collection and I've dipped that into the alcohol, making the 2 blood shades a little bit more intense, and the way to do that is to use less of the alcohol. If you want just a washer colour, you dilute it more with the alcohol, and if you want it more intense, you use less of the alcohol. And I'm working that colour on the inner side of the wound, the surface, and a little bit on the outer edge. You have to think the skin on the surface is going to be torn, so that's definitely going to be red. And then the outer edge is going to have had blood splattered and also blood just dripping down, so that's also going to be red. Continue with that stippling motion. We don't want to go and paint the whole thing one colour. We want that mottled appearance. So the best way is to continue with that stippling and then use your finger to pat that into the skin. If you were going for something super realistic, you would probably have more tears in the skin, and it probably wouldn't be as bloody around the outer edges of it, but because it is for Halloween, we do want it to be quite gory, but we don't want it to be over the top. Going back to my small brush, I'm going in with a deeper colour. This one is the Aged Blood. We want this colour to be darker because it's going on the inner rim and the skin on the neck. Once that's dried, we're then ready to go in with our icicle. I'm applying some spirit gum to the base of the icicle, the flat section. Then once that's gone tacky, we're going to apply it into the hole on the neck. You may need to use your fingers to pull that apart, but as you can see it's quite flexible because we applied some of component C. Once that's securely in place, we're then going in with a little bit of the Aged Blood mixed with a tiny amount of the black, and I'm applying that to the very surface where the tear marks are. This is going to help to make that area look really jaggedy and quite deep, and you can just see it really adds depth to that wound. I'm going to add a little bit more of the Aged Blood on the outer edge surrounding the wound, and that's the last bit before applying some fresh blood. This is the Artificial TV Blood by Krylon, and this is the colour Deep. And using my spatula knife, I'm going to apply that on the underside of the wound. I'm going to use my finger to disperse some of the colour first, and then I'm going to apply more so that it drips down. How many drips you want to apply is completely up to you. I only applied a couple because I didn't want to actually ruin the outfit that I was wearing. But obviously when you go out on Halloween and you're wearing the outfit, it'll probably do you a favour to wear some blood on the dress because it'll look more realistic. One of the final touches is just to make the lips look a little bit blue. I'm taking this blue frosted eyeshadow by Coastal Scents and I'm applying that to the inner half of my lips. And I did this for the photos and it just helps to make you look super cold. And that completes this more wearable version of my Twisted Elsa look from my Disney collection. To achieve the frostbitten fingers, you just need to paint some red down to the knuckles and then blacken the tips. The next princess from my Disney collection I'll be doing will be my Cinderella. Again, if you missed my bell tutorial, you can click on this and it will take you there now. If you're looking for something really simple and quick, why not try my devil look? Simply click the right hand of the screen or open up the description bar for the link below. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and don't forget you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. Thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye!